Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. Welcome to our Zoom musical time machine. And many would ask, what's different from today from all the other concerts where we play music of yesteryear? Well, it's going to be a little bit different, and you'll see in a moment. And what's going to happen is each of the artists today that are performing, not only will they tell you about the song they're playing and the year came out, they'll give you some interesting fun facts of that year. But some of them are stuck back in time and they're there. So we're going to have to take a minute to travel. And then we get there, then we'll introduce that artist. And I got great news for you, everybody. Guess what? This is Zoom Musical Time Machine Part 1.
Oh,
So next week we'll have part 2, but it'll be at a different time. So stay tuned in for the emails and what have you. So we have about half of our talented Fletcher artists that's going to perform today, and then the other half will perform next week. So without further ado, I think we need to travel back in time somewhere. We got to find Sean Maloney. He's stuck somewhere in the past, and I
yeah.
don't know where you're at, Sean, but
Well,
let's.
everybody's got to buckle up here because they're gonna you got to get in the time machine, okay? Is everybody ready? You guys are all buckled in because we're getting in the time machine now. Here we go. So it's gonna be a little bumpy here. So here it comes. Whoa! And where are we? Oh my goodness, we're in the year 1963. It doesn't look like it, but we are. If you guys remember, most of you have been around at that time, maybe not all of you, but 1963, that's the year John F. Kennedy was assassinated. That's just one big thing that happened that year. A huge thing, I would say. Also, this year in 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his famous I Have a Dream speech. A couple other things were going on. Alcatraz prison, if you know what that is, they closed their doors after actually only 29 years of operation. I didn't realize they were only there for 29 years. Um, some other things in 1963 here, another thing you might remember, the average household income it says $4,400 a year, which is pretty crazy to think about now. And then, or that's $84 a week. A new house at the time, $12,650 on average. A price for a new car, you'd probably pay about $3,200. Milk was $1 a gallon. Eggs were 55 cents. Some popular TV shows: Beverly Hillbillies, Bonanza, Dick Van Dyke, Petticoat Junction, Andy Griffith. So a lot of great stuff going on at the time. One of my favorite things, actually one of my favorite actors too, his name's Peter Sellers. He did a bunch of movies in the 60s, and one of those was called The Pink Panther. So we're going to revisit in 1963 the theme to The Pink Panther. So here we go. Let me change cameras here so you can see my hands a little better. There we go. Thank you. Switch around now. There I am. Boy, I love that song. In the 1963, that's when that came out. I actually just watched another Peter Sellers movie the other day called The Party. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's kind of cute. It's from 1968 though, so we're not quite there. But we're gonna jump in the time machine one more time real quick while I'm here, because I want to show you another year that I liked. So let me get in. Here we go. Pop it in the time machine. Woo! And where are we? Oh my gosh, we are in 1929. Does anybody here remember 1929? Probably not many of you. This is before your time, so we're jumping back a little bit.
Wow,
So
the rooms looks the same too.
I know. Yeah, this whole room is my time machine. It's the back room in my store.
Restored it to make it look.
Yeah, I can go whenever I want back here. So I'm in 1929 now. Just trust me, I am. 1929, a big thing in that obviously is the big stock market crash that caused started the Great Depression. So not a great time. Also, 1929, President Hoover signed legislation that authorized the building of the Hoover Dam. So that's when that kind of started up. Some other things going on. If you wanted a gallon of milk, what was it in 1965? A little over $1. In 1929, it was 35 cents. Bread was 10 cents. Watermelons, 50 cents. I just got a list here of a bunch of stuff. Refrigerator, how much you think that is? About $32 to about $80, somewhere in that range. So a lot of cool stuff. Babe Ruth became the first professional baseball player to hit 500 home runs. We had a lot of famous people you might know of, born in 1929 as well. So, we got Audrey Hepburn. You probably know who that is. Barbara Walters, Berry Gordy, Anne Frank, Dick Clark, actually, Ed Asner, Grace Kelly, Jackie Kennedy. So a lot of people born that year. Is a big year. And that's where I am now. And one of the most popular songs at the time was there was a guy named Fats Waller who he played piano. He did a lot of cool stuff, more ragtime style. But he had a song called Ain't Misbehavin'. And I love that song. I'm going to use a rhythm on here to pull it up here. And it's called Gypsy Rag. So if you guys have that at home, try it out. Gypsy Rag is a really fun style. I'm just going to set it up the way I like it, make sure it's not too fast. And here is Ain't Misbehavin' by Fats Waller. So this is more of a ragtime style with my guitar player and fiddle. Django Reinhardt style. Love it.
Wow,
Yeah, love
was
that one.
that was fantastic. Some great music from and it's amazing how you so quickly can go from 19 whatever year that was.
63 to 29, and now let's. I think we should go
We should go
somewhere
somewhere
else.
else back in time. I'll give you a hint. It was the year I was born, I believe. But we got to find Miranda. She's somewhere stuck back in time. A very important year. It was the year I was born. I hope she doesn't show up at the hospital when I was born. That would be embarrassing. Miranda, where are you, Miranda? Somewhere.
Let's
Okay,
find out.
John,
Let's get in the
John,
time machine here.
John, let's go to the time machine. Woo! Back really fast here. There she is. Woo!
Robert, I am here in 1971.
Oh my goodness.
How do I get back to 2022 from here?
Well, we'll tell you how in a minute. Actually, you might be stuck there for a while. But by the way, this is Miranda's debut
Hi, everybody.
performance on Zoom. Some
Thank
of
you
you
for having me.
may or may not have met her. I know a lot of you in Osprey. I should say this, but Miranda is out of our Osprey location, is one of our great staff there. We've had wonderful things said about that store, and Miranda is a very big part of that. So, Miranda, take it away.
Thank you. So I'm going to be playing It's Too Late by Carole King from 1971. It was #1 on the Billboard Top 100 in April until it got dethroned by another Carole King song, You've Got a Friend, sung by James Taylor. 1971, the top movie at the box office was Fiddler on the Roof. Barry Manilow wrote the new State Farm jingle, Like a Good Neighbor, State Farm is there, which I didn't know. I don't know if anyone else knew that. And Jan Brady uttered the infamous Marsha, Marsha, Marsha that year. All right, so I'm going to take it away to 1971 with Carole King.
Wow, big round of applause. Hold on.
You guys know they had Fake It in 1971?
Wow, you're stuck there now. We'll have to. I think Sean's time machine is pretty amazing. What happens is when he goes back in time to where someone else is, it automatically sucks you back to your normal time.
Awesome. Well,
He's
if I'm
got-
stuck in 1971, I'll be fine.
Yeah, he's got an amazing time machine. Watch out, Tesla. Well, that was great, Miranda. You did such a great job.
Thank you.
I have a feeling you're going to be doing some more Zoom musicals in the very near future.
I would love to.
That was a huge hint.
Thank you.
Okay, with that said, we have to go on our musical time machine again, Sean. Got to find Jerome somewhere. I don't know where he's at. We're going to find him for sure.
Oh,
Wow.
There he is.
Boy, this goes back. I think maybe only a couple of us goes back to these years, okay? 1955 again. I mean, Dwight Eisenhower was reelected president. James Dean was the hottie of the year, okay? And of course, Rosa Parks was arrested. The St. Lawrence Seaway opening.
Rosa Parks, that was when the arrest happened in 1955?
Right, exactly.
On the bus? Oh, my goodness.
Of course, the U.S. military invention into Iran. Oh, rock and roll, Robert, was beginning to be popularized back in those days with Elvis and Bill Haley and the Comets and Chuck Berry. And guess who else? The Platters.
Ooh.
My mom used to sit and sing this song to me when she played on a breakable 78 record, okay? Me and my brother used to get fighting with those and throw them at each other, but and the song I'm going to do from that era is one of the Platter songs called Only You, which was also a duet with me and my mom used to sing all the time. I still have to do it when I go home. She's 90. She still sings with me. Here we go. Little Platters here. Can make this world seem right. Only you can make the darkness bright. Only you and you alone can thrill me like you do and fill my heart with love. Only you, only you can make this change for me, for it's true. You are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I will understand the magic that you do. You're my dream come true, my one, only you. All right. Only you.
Oh my goodness, that was fabulous.
Love song, Robert. That's a love song out of this world, you
I
know?
love that one.
Right.
Yes.
Now, you know, Sean,
Beautiful.
Jerome likes to travel around like you too. So we're gonna give him a chance to hold on a second. He's gotta go. He's jumping in his time machine right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
He's
he's
got
getting back
one
in,
like
he's getting back
you,
in.
but he's pretty
Here
fast.
it is.
love it, Sean. I love
Wow.
it,
Where
Sean.
are we?
That was fast. What year are you in now, Jerome?
Oh, you know, this was really hard yesterday, Robert, because actually up in 1972, but I actually didn't hear this song until like 1974, and I'll tell you why in a few seconds here. But that was the year of the Summer Olympics was held in Munich in West Germany, and the Munich Massacre. Of course, earlier that decade, I ended up being in Munich at that same stadium with the Army Band at the Munich Beer Festival. I kind of remember most of it, if you know what I mean, all right? August 12th, the last American ground troop leaves Vietnam. And I was at the end of the Vietnam era. November 29th, for some strange reason, I'm not a gamer, but everybody kind of makes, people who loves to play video games, they love this little trivia. Atari kicks off its first generation of video games at that year. Okay?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
when I got into
Yeah.
playing video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on the piano. Okay. Also, the cost of a home back then, $30,500, about the cost of a Easy 4. Thanks, Robert. The medium household income
That
then
was Sean. He laughing. That wasn't me.
was about close to $10,000 a year. You know, the first class stamp was 10 cents. Boy,
Oh my
that
goodness.
is gone. And the cost of regular gasoline, and I remember well in '74 it was rationing, but '72 it was 36 cents. I remember that.
Wow. Now they got the period a couple places in the other direction.
Me and my buddies in the high school band, we could ride around in my mom's VW all week long with that much gas. Okay. Dozen egg was 52 cents, and Sean, a gallon of milk was 120. It didn't go for didn't raise too high there. Okay. Also, that was the year of the NASA Space Shuttle program was officially launched. Okay. The song I remembered was actually written in 1972, but I didn't really hear it until 1974 when I was in the Army Band. I guess my ears was opening up to a whole bunch of different types of music then. So, and it was one of my favorite groups during the 70s, the Carpenters. Now, for the most part, for years and years until they came out with the marquee, didn't have the right rhythm on the instrument for it, but the marquee, grand marquee, and aria has a great rhythm for it. Okay, so I came up with the jug band style, and it works really good for anybody who has a Stardust and above. Jug band without the without the orchestra plus to start with, and it works out real good. Here we go.
Wow. Big round of applause, Mr.
Thank you.
Jerome
Thank you very
Johnson,
much.
everybody. Well, now we have to travel in a unique way here because Myra, many of you know Myra, she works very, very, very hard. In fact, I have to tell you, my hat's off to Myra because, she has to work from home a lot. And sometimes I would question, is she really working or is she just playing the organ all day? And the answer is yes, because they kind of go hand in hand, right? And so what Myra did is she was able to, she put together a very special recording, but let's take our time machine and go back in time real quick and see if we can find her. Sean? Oh, wait, that looks like me. Let's find Myra, everybody. She's hanging out with me, and we are no, there she is. We are now officially, I think she'll tell you where she's at.
Let's go to the year 1959. The best movie of the year was Ben-Hur. Our president is Dwight Eisenhower. A new home this year will cost you around $12,000, and the average income is around $5,000. A stamp is 4 cents. A gallon of gas is 25 cents. The top song of the year was The Battle of New Orleans by Johnny Horton. The first Barbie dolls were introduced to young girls all over the United States who were thrilled, and Alaska and Hawaii became our 49th and 50th state. People were watching on television The Twilight Zone, Dennis the Menace, Bonanza, Dobie Gillis, and Mr. Lucky. Mr. Lucky, if you have it on your organ, came from the show. It was the theme song from the show Mr. Lucky. The song that I'm going to play is the theme from A Summer Place, from the movie A Summer Place, that starred Sandra Dee and Troy Donahue. It was recorded by Percy Faith and was on Billboard in the #1 spot for 9 weeks. It is a beautiful song. So I am going to use the rhythm 50s love song, and I use strings, French horn, I use voices, I like the choir Utopia. I use the golden harp up and down with strings in the Genius or the Sound. So I am going to do for you now the theme from A Summer Place. Nice song, isn't it? You can all play it. It's not that hard. I hope you've enjoyed A Summer Place.
Wow, that was fabulous, Myra. Oh my goodness, we got to do some more of those. Well, guess what?
What?
We were going to go back to the Osprey, but we have to go to a different time in Osprey.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And before I forget, this is also another debut on one of our Zoom musicals. We have someone that I know everybody at Osprey knows who she is, but many online don't know. We have a very talented individual by the name of Irina Christoph. Did I say that right? Okay, very good. So before we go to Irina there, we have to find her. She's somewhere back in time. She's stuck.
Oh.
There she is.
Hi.
Take it away, Irina.
Hi, everyone. I am going to play a massive hit in Europe in 1974 by the group named Bimbo Jet, subsequently covered by Paul Moria's orchestra as an instrumental, and also crept its way to the United States and made it into the first 4 Police Academy movies as the Blue Oyster Bar theme. 1974, Richard Nixon was president, but resigned in August. A pack of Pepsi was 88 cents. The Rubik cube was invented, and Shel Silverstein published his Where the Sidewalk Ends. El Bimbo by Bimbo Jet.
Whoa, big round of applause. All the people in Tucson are applauding for you. Wow. You know, I have to tell you, I'm going to tell you what I told Miranda. I have a feeling we're going to see you on some more Zoom musicals. Yes. All right. Big round of applause. That was fabulous. Now, you know, I was going to say we have to travel down south, but if we travel down south, are we going to still go in the right place and right time? I don't know if he was around, but maybe he took his time machine. So, Sean, take us back in time. I think Carrie's floating around there somewhere back. Carrie's kind of one of those. He's like Dick Clark. He never ages, so he can travel around and get away with it. So, take us to Carrie. Let's find him somewhere. There he is. We found you. Oh,
Hey,
you were hard to find. We went from 1974. We floated around 63, and then we finally found you. Where did we end up? What year are we?
1970.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm excited. It's going to be great. Back in 1970, I'm going to do Close to You from the Carpenters. And I've got a Patriot.
What happened in 1970?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
In 1970, the Beatles broke up.
Aw.
Nerf football was popular. I had a Nerf, a few of them.
Oh.
The Nerf football. Average home cost was $23,500. Average income was $9,400, and rent was only $140. I can do that. Gallon of gas is 36 cents. Postage stamp is 6 cents, and a 25 cinema screen TV was $739. Wow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Close to You, and I'm using the rhythm called Roses. And Roses, originally made for the rose, does the like the perfect fifth like they do in the song. But if I use alter style, it actually does a suspended chord to a regular chord. Hear that? And I took off the Orc Plus, the auto bass, and the drums, and I'm just going to use the first sound. Then I'm going to hit the fill and hit a preset. Boom, and I'm going to get everybody back. So I hope you enjoy Close to You. I'm just going to use the rhythm presets 0, 8, and 6.
was awesome, Carrie. Yeah, now, Carrie, I understand, unlike most of us, you're going to actually travel to the future here in a moment, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be a little bit trickier to do, Sean. So we need to give him a few minutes to get himself prepped, to get in his time machine. I'm going to do a couple announcements here that'll give him time because this is not an easy year to do it. But I tell you, I love the song that he's going to do. I think it's a perfect way to end the concert today. So stick around because we've had a great time today, right? And you'll see why I like to pay attention to this name of the song when he introduces it. But first, I want to do a couple announcements. First of all, today, you mentioned the Beatles. Today, this day in 1966, John Lennon made a lot of people angry. Does anybody know why he made a lot of people angry? Something he said about the Beatles. He said that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus, and he made a lot of people angry. And then there's a whole story about it. But you know what also is significant this month? I don't know when it started, but officially in March is Women's History Month. Yes, so we're going to celebrate. I want to applaud all of the women. How do you like my applause? Boy, I sound like 100 people. And if you happen to be a woman and you like to buy an organ this month, we're going to give you a very, very special discount. Now, gentlemen, if you come in wearing bras and wigs and makeup, it's not going to work. You have to bring a female with you, and we'll give you a very special deal. Now, all kidding aside, we do want to tell you, we want to say thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts for all that you do. It still never ceases to amaze me that we can still do what we do because of you. So I want to thank you, and that's kind of why we do these events. It's kind of a way of saying, hey, thanks. The least we can do is give you some great music. We have some wonderful talent out there. We've had some new talent here today that you normally haven't seen, and we're going to see a lot more of them. And we're on the lookout for more new talent. So if you know anybody out there that's looking for a career and something fun like what we do, let us know. The last thing I want to tell you before I think Carrie's is just getting into his time machine. So the last thing I want to tell you is a reminder. We have Dennis All is going to be at some of our stores throughout the month here. And so you might have seen this. It's going to be on our website here in a few days. And I posted it on our Facebook page. But these are his tour dates. Monday, March 21st in Sun City Center. Tuesday, March 22nd at Port Charlotte. Wednesday, March 23rd at the Villages. Thursday, March 24th in Osprey. And then in Arizona on the 30th and 31st, Tucson and Mesa. And I'm so excited to see him. I actually got myself a ticket, and I'm going to go travel around as a groupie and follow him to all these stores and be at all those stores. So if you're there, I can't wait to see you in person and visit with you. And if you're out of state, it'd be worth buying a ticket for this to go see him. And we have an amazing day. There's going to be 2 concerts, 2 workshops. Well, obviously a continental breakfast and lunch and some prizes and some Q&A and some music gift store and all sorts of wonderful things. So if you have any questions, reach out to your local store or any of the store members, and we can help you with that. With that said, I think Carrie has finally gotten into his time machine, and he's getting ready to go forward in time for where he was. He was in 1970, so he's got to jump ahead in the future a little bit. And let's see, take us there. Here we go. It's a silent time machine.
Whoopsies. There we go.
There he is. We found you again. What year did you end up to close off the show, Mr. Carrie?
1987.
Ooh.
So, oh, there's a delay. I'm going to do 1987, The Time of My Life from Dirty Dancing. So, 1987, Aretha Franklin was the first woman inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And among others,
Ooh.
Bill Haley and the Comets, Ricky Nelson, Roy Orbison, Carl Perkins, and many others. The Simpsons cartoon first appeared on the Tracy Ullman Show. I graduated regular school before high school. Average home was $44,000. Average income was $24,000. That's pretty good. Rent was $395. Gallon of gas went up to $1.89, and a postage stamp was $2.44. Is it? Okay. No, 24 cents. Sorry.
Wow.
So this song, Time of My Life. Okay. I've got to use 3 different styles. Remember, I'm on the Patriot.
That's a great song to close the show because it looks like everybody's having the time of their life.
Time of My Life.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use this style, meditation. I can't believe I never used it. I was like, what is this rhythm? Something you would listen to when you're getting a massage, this rhythm, normally. But I went in and I edited this style, and I got rid of some stuff. And I'm going to make the intro with the meditation. Then I'm going to use 70s love song for the first page, and then I'm going to use guitars for the third part, and then the fourth part I'm using guitars with golden harp skip pattern. So hope you enjoy it. Oh, and I'm using cello and the flute.
Big round of applause to Carrie Price. Oh my goodness. Oh, folks, unmute yourself. Let's give it up for Sean, Maloney, Miranda, Jerome, Myra, Irina, and Carrie, everybody. Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
All right. Well, if you had a great time today, next week we are going to do it again, part 2, with the other half of the staff, with another great song selection. So thank you again. We hope you enjoyed this wonderful time and this wonderful music and traveling. I hope you didn't get sick, motion sickness from all of the high-speed traveling there. But anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Keep playing safe. Thank you for your support. Play music and mwah, bye everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. 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 Okay.
8:45.
Gary, what was the rhythm?
Sorry.